Hi Capricorn, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for October. Hope you're all well. I am going to take a second to remind everybody that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Capricorn out there, so guys, take what resonates for you. Just leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse in a general reading, so if it is resonating, get in where you fit in. But as always, Capricorn, please don't try to force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Capricorn? All right, Capricorn, you're starting out with the Seven of Wands. You have the Hierophant. And coming out together is the Page of Wands reversed along with the Page of Pentacles reversed. So I see that you're in some sort of a commitment here, or something you feel committed to, but there's a sense that there could be arguing or there could be conflict here. I do feel that there's a little defensive energy, if I'm being honest. There's a sense of being either feeling like somebody is holding on to you or you're wanting to fight for this connection. I do see that there's newer energy, though, that is here that you're not accepting. You're not... yeah, this is something, it's more than one, I see. Somebody that you may have felt passion for, another person that you felt you could have grown with and been very stable. So you could be turning down other offers in order to fight for a connection that you're currently in. For some of you, I do see somebody getting some sort of, like, maybe marital counseling. There's counseling. It could be spiritual counseling as well, but somebody's receiving some sort of counseling here. I am also seeing that there are things, particularly with regard to counseling, that you're not talking about. You're not, coming clean with. You're hiding it. You're hiding something. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Capricorn's energy. All right, so we have the Three of Wands in the reverse. We have the Queen of Swords in the reverse, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, and we have the Hangman in reverse. So this person that's in your energy, I can tell you that this person is going through some sort of a karmic cycle or karmic lesson. This is somebody who's decided that this connection is not for them. This isn't where their future is. So they may have cut this connection out. They may have cut you out. I feel like this is somebody who could be very angry. They could be playing the martyr. There's a lack of communication with this person. And with the Hangman here in reverse, they got tired of waiting for something. I definitely get that from them. They didn't want to wait for something, or so they just cut you out. They could be angry. You could be dealing with a Pisces as well. Let me see the energy between Capricorn and this person. Yeah, I get the feeling like this person was kind of rude. They cut you out and they were angry when they did it. Queen of Cups. So there's some feelings here. Yeah, there's some feelings here, but I feel like you, for some reason, Capricorn, don't feel free to go towards this. You're fighting for another connection, somebody who could be holding on to you. But you do have feelings for this person, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy. And they have feelings for you too. Show me what is affecting this connection. The Two of Swords. A decision. You're at a crossroads. They're at a crossroads. There could have been some going back and forth, some indecisive energy here. So let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome at the end of the week. The Magician. Gemini energy. Yeah, so you're manifesting each other, actually. which is so odd because it looks to me like you're fighting for a connection that you're already in. This person is tired of waiting for you and they've cut you out, and yet you're both manifesting each other. All right, so bottom of the deck is the Six of Pentacles. This is underlying energy. You may feel like you have a lot of people that want something from you, particularly financially, but just in general. Like a lot of people are trying to get your attention, or trying to have you do things for them, or you owe a lot of people. So I do feel like you're trying to balance these things out, particularly with money. So let me clarify. Spirit-wise, the Seven of Wands here. Why is the Seven of Wands here for Capricorn? The Empress in reverse and the Six of Swords. Yeah, so I feel like you may have put somebody up on a pedestal at some point. It was because you had feelings and emotions for them, and you now are not nurturing that connection. You've moved on from this connection because you feel that it's just not going to grow. Even though you had some feelings here, you feel like it's impossible for it to grow. And so I feel like you moved on. You didn't move on by yourself. I feel like this is the connection that you are currently in. And so you're moving away from this person. It almost looks to me like this is somebody that was a temptation for you, and you're in this other connection. Let me see why the Hierophant is here. You may have gotten advice from somebody regarding this situation as well. The World in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles reverse. So yeah, you have unfinished business, both in a relationship, but you also feel like this isn't completely over. You haven't completely closed out this cycle, even though you're not investing in it. So that's why this person is showing up in your energy. You're not investing in this at all, but I do, and it's because you're in another connection, but you haven't completely closed the door to this either. You have a lot of unfinished business, both with the past and in your mind with this person. Let me see. Show me the bottom energy for Capricorn. Queen of Wands. Four of Pentacles. And there's that Seven of Wands again. Yeah, so it's exactly like I said. So the Queen of Wands came in. This would be a third party. And you felt passionate towards this person. You felt like this person, you could grow something with this person. However, it appears that you're in a marriage or in another connection. And I feel like it's a long-standing connection if it's not a marriage. For most of you, it looks like you're married. And so I feel like, you know, you felt like you had to shut this down. But you were definitely attracted to this person. You actually even had them a little bit on a pedestal, but realized it couldn't grow. It wasn't going to go anywhere. But you're very attracted to this person. You find them to be beautiful. You find them to be handsome. You find them to be, you know, passionate. And you felt the passion towards them. But you felt like you had to shut that down. And I feel like you're standing your ground. You're not going to budge on that. But at the same time, in the back of your mind, Capricorn, you don't feel like it's over. And you're manifesting them. So let me look at their energy. Why is the Three of Wands here for the person in Capricorn's energy? The Chariot. They could live at a distance. And the Ten of Cups reverse. Yeah, so this, what happened is this person decided to move forward. They decided that this is not where their future was, that this is, you know, this wasn't the connection for them. But they did. They moved forward, but not in a happy way. They're unhappy with how things turned out between the two of you. There's emotional discontentment because they had feelings too. Why is the Queen of Swords in reverse? Oh, there's the Death card in reverse. So this person doesn't feel like things are over either. There was a Tower moment, though. Death in reverse and the Tower in reverse. So we have Cancer, Gemini energies, and let me see, Scorpio energy is here. So they're recovering from this. There was a Tower moment. Something happened here that caused a Tower moment, and that's why this person cut you out, because I feel like they cut you out. Now, you could have cut them out as well, but regardless, you both feel like there's unfinished business here. And they would be open to rebuilding things with you, but I feel like there's no communication. This person decided to move forward. Whatever happened between the two of you, it's what caused them to say, no, I'm not doing this. This isn't my person. But they're angry about it. They're unhappy about it. And I feel like that's because whether they were saying it or not, or whether you were saying it or not, you both had developed feelings. So you both feel like this is not completely over, although neither of you are actually investing in the connection. Why is the Hangman here in reverse? Why is the Hangman? Okay. All right, so 5 of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, this person is waiting for a love offer. I feel like they're hoping for a love offer. They're wondering, did you ever... They could be offering love elsewhere as well. But they're wondering if, did Capricorn ever love me? You know, they're looking back at this. There's sadness here. There's anger. There's unhappiness. And this person's looking back at it and they're saying, you know, I waited around for Capricorn and Capricorn just, you know, blew everything up. I've got to cut them out. I'm moving forward. So they may be accepting a love offer or giving a love offer elsewhere because the Knight of Cups is moving away from this. Let me see the energy between Capricorn and this person. Yeah, but they're sad about this. It became a negative experience for them. All right, we have the 8 of Wands. We have Justice in reverse. Strong Libra energy. So what I'm seeing here is that you feel wronged by this person. You felt like this person was very loving, very kind, you know, very nurturing, and then they weren't. So there was a conflict between you and this person. And you saw the other side of them. So you feel like they've treated you unjustly and you have to move away from this person. But you're moving on with someone else, okay? Could be a child involved, doesn't have to be. But I feel like you feel this person just, you know, presented themselves differently than who they actually are. And I feel like you feel wronged. In their energy, I feel like this person has moved forward. Again, I'm getting the energy, both with the Chariot as well as the 8 of Wands, that distance could be a factor in this. But I feel like this person, I feel like they may reach out to you. There could be some sort of travel. You might see this person. Or there could be some communication. They could reach out to you. Let me see what's affecting the connection. Show me what's affecting this connection between Capricorn and this person. King of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, you're not going to put any effort or invest in this. I feel like you kind of go back and forth in your head about it because you don't feel like it's completely over, but you feel like you shouldn't put any effort into it. You also feel wronged by this person, and you are in another connection, it looks like. So you could have felt some guilt about, you know, having feelings for this person as well. I do feel like this person in your energy, whatever it is that they're angry about, I feel like they'll get over that. They'll get past it. Again, I'm seeing that there is some communication here because they don't feel like things are over, but they're trying to decide should they reach out to you or not. Should they communicate? I do feel like if they do, it's going to be a very honest communication. I don't feel like it's going to be, it almost looks like they just kind of filed their feelings and emotions away. You know, they've kind of decided that they'll talk to you, but it's going to be very factual. It's going to be like head over heart type of energy. Yeah. This person does view you as somebody that they could be compatible with, but they feel that the two of you are not on the same page. And you're both at a crossroads. So Capricorn, you're at a crossroads between staying in this connection that you're in, or possibly, you know, moving towards this person that you feel very passionate about. You feel like you could build something with. But I feel like there was a conflict, and this person hurt your feelings. And so now you're like, no, it may not be over, but I'm not going to put any work into it. I'm not going to put any effort into it. I don't want to invest anything into this. And it's really kind of planted you at a crossroads. You're examining your relationships now. Because if this commitment was that, you know, strong, why are you feeling these feelings and these emotions and these the passion for someone else? And so I think that you're kind of examining that, or you're reaching a point where you need to. Now, in this person's energy, they're kind of at a crossroads as well. I feel like this person's trying to decide, should they accept another offer or move forward? They're tired of waiting for love. This is somebody who, you know, does have feelings for you, but I feel like they're also angry. I feel like something here, this conflict between the two of you caused a tower moment for them, but I don't think you were aware of that. I don't think you saw that. And that's maybe why you got this strong reaction, why this person was angry, why they cut you out. It triggered them in some manner. I do feel like if you do talk with them, there is going to be some communication about that. Let's look at your outcome. Show me the outcome between Capricorn and this person. All right, we have the 10 of coins. We have the 3 of coins. The King of Cups. Now between the two of you is Queen of Cups. And then the Page of Wands reversed. So what I see in your outcome is that you're going to basically not be talking to this person. I feel like neither of you are talking. I do feel like there is some immature energy on both sides here, because there's feelings here that need to be expressed, but neither party is expressing them. I do feel like there was a deep compatibility that was here, but you're deciding that you need to stay in this current relationship. You need to fight for that. So I feel like you're kind of turning your back on this person. Ultimately, it's not because of this deep commitment that you have to someone else. It's because this person hurt your feelings. And I don't feel like you're being completely upfront about that. I could be wrong, but that's the way it looks. So you're making a decision here to move, you know, to stay within another connection and not to give any attention, communication, effort, investment whatsoever to this connection. But at the same time, Capricorn, you're saying, but it's not completely over. If I want to later, I can invest in it. So I feel like, and you're very defensive with regard to that. So there is some going back and forth in your mind, but not in your actions. In your actions, I feel like you are leaning into something that is, you know, long-standing, a commitment that you have with somebody. It looks like it's good for you financially. It looks like it has the approval of your family, your friends. And so you're going to stand behind that. You're going to fight for that. However, you do have these feelings and you are still manifesting this person. You're just manifesting them to come towards you. Now, in their energy, Capricorn, I see that this is somebody who they realize that they kept themselves waiting for a very long time for love. They've been very sad. This person could have gone through a dark night of the soul, but they are looking back at their energy. They're looking back at the past, things that happened here, things that happened in other connections. And what they're doing is they're manifesting a stable connection. They're looking for a soul contract here, a love contract. And I feel like this is somebody that is saying, well, was this the contract? And they're saying, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. So they're accepting another or giving a offer elsewhere. I do feel like there will be a lack of communication, but there's still unresolved feelings. There's still unresolved business between the two of you. And just like you, so they're choosing to move in another direction here, but they're leaving the door open too. They're saying, yeah, I'm pissed off with Capricorn, you know, but if I'm being completely honest, I still have feelings and I don't think it's completely over. So it's like you both are leaving a back door open. Yeah. But you're both going in opposite directions of one another. I do see a lack of communication. I do see this person moving forward with someone else. And I do see that you both are seeking stability. So, yeah, I feel like this person was a temptation for you in some manner, Capricorn. It was tempting you to give your energy to more than one person, but it does look like you are in another connection. And look at that. Bottom of the deck is the Devil in the reverse. Now, you could be dealing with a fellow Capricorn, but I feel like this is the energy of you saying no to something that would have been toxic, something that would not have been on the up and up. Do you want to do that? No, but it looks like you're kind of overcoming your base desires in order to, you know, do things either properly by creating an ending, but I don't see you doing that yet. But you just don't want to be involved in anything toxic, and neither does this person. And so it's all going to balance out. I do feel like this person is learning some sort of a karmic lesson, so maybe that's why you are present in their life. But it will balance out ultimately. But you're both saying no to toxicity, which is entirely appropriate, actually. So I don't know. It seems very specific, so hopefully it'll resonate with somebody. All right. Pulling for Capricorn. I mean, it looks to me like you're just saying no to temptation here. And I don't feel like it was easy because you may have actually really liked this person. Pulling for Capricorn. There we go. All right, we have number 2, the Warrior. So give me a second and I will read that for you, Capricorn. All right, when the Warrior card appears to you, it's a fortunate sign that no matter what is happening to you in your life, you are truly protected. Oh, well, that's good. It says, whatever you are experiencing right now, all will be well. If your question is regarding love, this card represents someone who is deeply committed, protective, and kind to you. Friendship and love are sacred, and these qualities are important for a relationship to grow. If this person doesn't have these qualities, then move on, and I will send you someone with a true warrior spirit instead. Remember, life is about learning and discerning who is true and who is not. There's another message here to consider. Do you embody these qualities in yourself? Now is a good time to think about how committed you are to your path. Oof. Well, that's a very relevant card to this reading. All right, I hope this has been helpful to you. If you have resonated with this reading, Capricorn, please hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, Capricorn, know that you are loved, and namaste.